Hi guys, it's Sherry. So do you want to know the secret to making this adorable Carpenter's box? Well, keep watching this video and I'll show you. Okay guys, so we are going to make this absolutely fabulous Carpenter's box. But before we do, I'd like to ask a huge favor of you guys. So for those of you who are watching this video or have watched some of my other videos and you haven't quite yet hit that subscriber button, I would love to have you join my crafting family. I know that you guys are enjoying the projects and the tutorials that I'm putting out, so go ahead and subscribe. And while you're subscribing, hit that notification bell so you'll get an immediate notification whenever I upload a new video. And for you guys who are subscribers to my channel, thank you. But I'd also like to ask something of you. I would love it if you guys would help me to grow the channel by spreading the word about the Posh Paper Lady. Y'all know I'm putting out some quality projects, some quality tutorials, and I'll continue to do that. But I would like to be able to do that with more people. And that is where you guys come in. So tell your family, your friends, your coworkers, your church members, whomever, the lady in line at the grocery store. Turn around and tell her, hey, have you heard about that Posh Paper Lady? She's doing some amazing things on YouTube. Tell anyone who'll listen, because I really do want to grow my channel even more than it's currently growing. And if you happen to have a social media presence, say Facebook or Instagram, I would love it if you would give me a shout out or a tag or a mention on your social media. That would help me a lot. So that is my ask of you guys. Now let's jump into making this really fun little project. Okay, so to start, we are going to need 3 pieces of chipboard, and I have already taped these. And the 3 pieces each will measure 7 by 3.5. So I am just going to place these on my paper so that I can make sure I get proper placement. And what I'm using is a 12 by 12 sheet of craft cardstock that I got at Tuesday morning. And I am going to place all 3 pieces on this cardstock. So we can make the base of this project with 1 piece of 12 by 12 inch cardstock. So then I'm going to lay down my second piece, giving myself about 1/8 of an inch in spacing. And then I'm going to turn it and lay down my last piece, doing the same thing, giving myself about 1/8 of an inch in spacing. Then I'm going to come back and just trim off the excess. And then I will just fold over my edges. And I'll come back with my scissors and then miter cut. And then I'll come back with my glue, and I am going to glue down this one flap here with you guys, and then I will do the remaining flaps off camera. And I'm doing that just so that we can save some time and the video won't be excessively long, even though it won't be, because this is actually a pretty quick project. And then I'm going to smooth this out with my bone folder, and then I'll come along the edge and get that nice and smooth. And now I'll do the rest and I'll be back. Okay guys, so I have my paper wrapped around and I have taped it, and now I want to go ahead and place my inside liner piece, and the liner piece measures 10.5 by 6 3/4. And I am just going to place some glue on the edges. to make sure that this has a nice stick on it. And guys, if you have any ideas for Father's Day projects that you would like to see me try, leave me a comment, and if I'm able to do it, I'll give it a shot. So if you can think of anything, I'm always open to ideas and suggestions. So I am going to just get this nice and stuck, come back with my bone folder and just work that glue in. And then I'll bring my bone folder down and get my spine or my joints nice and crisp. And this part of our carpentry box is finished right now, so I'm going to set it to the side so that we can work on our side pieces. And the side pieces measure 3.5 by 5.5. But because I want to get this shape here, we're going to need to do some measuring and cutting. So it's not going to be anything difficult. So I am going to place my ruler in, and I am going to come up and make a mark at 3.5, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So I'll make my mark at 3.5, and then I'm going to come to the top and I am going to make a mark, but I am going to make that mark at 1 inch. And I'll come over here and I'll do the same thing. So I'm simply going to make a mark at 1 inch. And then what I want to do is I simply want to place my ruler right here on the edge, and then I'm going to place it on the edge here. So I'm going to place my ruler on the edge, bring it over, and place it there, and then I'm just going to draw a line so that you guys can see exactly what it is I'm doing. And that is where I'll make my cut. So I'm going to do that with my finger blade because it'll just be easier for you guys to see than have me pull out my cutter and do it that way. So let's do this one. Okay, so I've got that cut, and you don't really have to worry about the pin marks showing because they're going to be covered. So the easiest way to do this, just to make sure that your sides are even, is just lay one on top of the other and just trace. And that way when you cut, you've got some fairly even side pieces. And then I'll come over here and do the same thing. And I'm going to match these two up, and they look pretty even to me. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to go ahead and bring in my decorative paper so that I can cover these pieces. So I am going to go ahead and glue these off camera, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I have my side pieces taped, and now I'm going to place them down. So the way that I am going to do it is I am simply going to place one as close to the bottom as I can get it, and then I'll place the other one as close to the bottom on the other side as I can get it. And then I'm going to come back with my finger blade and just trim off the excess. And then I'm going to flare out up here so I can definitely have enough paper to be able to come down and cover this properly. So let me do this side. Come here. And then I'm going to flare out. And I'll do the same thing on this one. And then I am going to remove my tape and then just fold these over and get my side pieces ready to be put down. So I'll fold this and I'm going to fold it down just like that. Then I'm going to come back and trim off the excess. Trim at the bottom and then trim on the side. Let me get that. All right guys, so my side pieces are all cut out, and all I'm going to do at this point is just come back with my crocodile using my 3/8 of an inch hole, and I am going to punch a hole. Try to get it in the center, just like that. And then I am going to take this and just lay it down on top of my second piece. And then I'll put them both in and try to go back through that very same hole. And get these nice and even. And there, I've got 2 holes. And we are ready to put this together. Very quick project. So I am going to take my glue. I'm not sure how much I have left in here, but I think I have enough to get this done. And I am going to bring in my piece here. And all I'm going to do is add glue to the bottom and to the side, but not coming up, just the lower part. And then I'm going to sit this inside, bring this up, and get this stuck. So you want to make sure that you give this a chance to dry so that it will not come apart on you. And I'm just wiping up my excess. And now I'll do my other one. So I am going to take this and I'm going to take my bottom piece, my side piece, and the other side piece. Get that nice and gluey. And put it inside, and then I'm going to squeeze on this end as well. Okay, so I am going to give this a chance to dry, and then I'll be back. Okay guys, so we are in the home stretch of this project. I have already cut my wooden rod to go through, and what I used was a barbecue skewer, and I simply cut it down to 7 1/4 of an inch. And I am just going to feed it through this hole. Okay guys, so sometimes I can be a little bit scatterbrained. I actually paused the video as I was putting the rod through because my daughter called. And I forgot to restart it after we ended our conversation, and I was just talking away and crafting away thinking that it was recording the whole time, and guess what? It wasn't. So you didn't miss too much because you've seen the major construction of the box. What you missed was me actually getting these glued into place. And so basically all I did was I placed some glue inside of the holes that I punched, and then I made sure that the dowel was actually touching the glue. And then I took a strip of 7 by 1/2 inch paper and glued it down. And I stamped out Happy Father's Day and attached that with a twine bow to the paper that I put down. So that's how I decided to finish it off. But you guys really did not miss too much. And then I decided that I wanted to dirty this up a little bit. So I took some of the stain, put it on my sponge, and just went around and just put it down in random spots just so that it wouldn't look fresh. It would look like a well-used Carpenter's toolbox. And then I also made sure that I went along the edges of this part of the side piece. Since it was a raw edge, I wanted to make sure that I covered it. But that is all that you guys missed. So the main portion of this video, the meat of it, you certainly are able to see that. And I'm going to bring the other one back in so you guys can see just how cute these really are. They are perfect for small gifts, treats, whatever you might want to put into these. I think that it would really bring a smile to the man in your life, his face, or your brother, whomever. They are going to love getting one of these little bags. And I say they're little, but they're actually very sturdy and very large. 7 by 3.5 by 3.5. Pretty big. So I hope that you guys have liked this video. And if you have, please hit the like button. And again, I would like to ask that if you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you go ahead and hit the subscribe button now. And also hit the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I upload a wonderful video such as this one. You guys have a great day. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.